Hi. So everyone loves music and I do too. And everyone has their own preference so as to how they enjoy their music. Some like it through headphones, some like it through speakers, and some like it through in-ear earphones. And I have been also trying a lot of earphones and headphones and looking at their reviews. And a lot of times, what I have noticed is when I'm looking at reviews or videos of these earphone or headphones, sometimes, in fact, most of the times, these numbers do not actually mean anything. What I'm saying is, for example, we have a TV or a monitor. So we have a resolution or a refresh rate. So these are some numbers which can actually give you some idea of how the TV or the monitor will be. But in the case of headphones or earphones, the numbers, we have something like the frequency range. Some say that the earphone supports a frequency range of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, or we have resistance, impedance, all of these things. From my experience, I haven't tried a lot of high end or expensive headphones. I have tried good quality, reasonably priced headphones, but from my experience, what I have noticed is these numbers do not actually uh, represent anything in terms of how the music will sound through these earphones or headphones. So I will try to review a lot of these headphones that I use for myself personally. And so I was looking to find a way so that I can actually share with you how the earphone is sounding to me. And this will not be for the people who are uh, in the domain of audiophilism, but this will be for the people who are actually music enthusiasts, someone like me who enjoy music through anything, something like earphone, headphone, but they do not necessarily invest a lot of money in high quality gear like AV receiver or big speakers. So I'm making this video so that in future, if ever I will review a lot of these headphones and earphones that I use. You can understand how and what is the reference point for me to review the sound of the earphones. You can always come back to this video and then understand how and what am I talking about. I will try to keep it as understandable as possible. I will try to explain you something in terms of things you can actually feel. So yeah, let me straight get into it. Now, I would say there are three kinds of these headphones or earphones. One is something you can say one are monitor kind of headphones or earphones, which actually try to represent or recreate the exact sound or that came out when it was being recorded in the studio. It means that they will try to put you in the room where the record is being played, where the singer is singing and the drums and the beats are actually happening. So they will try to recreate the exact thing that is happening in the studio. And then there are normal kind of earphones, which are these cheaper ones that we use, something from these companies like Boat or Soundcore or something, or even Sony. And then I would say there are audiophile grade of headphones. Now, audiophile grade of headphones do actually two things. They try to keep the music as original as possible, which the monitors also do. The monitor kind of headphones that I was talking about in the beginning, the audiophile grade of headphones do try to replicate the same thing, that was the same sound that was being created in the studio, but they also try to exaggerate a few frequencies or a few kinds of sounds that the person likes to hear. For example, I like bass, so an audiophile grade of headphone which is focused on bass will recreate the original sound. On top of that, it will also exaggerate the bass a little bit so that it caters to my preferences. So an audiophile actually has a lot of different audiophiles have different preferences. Some like bass, some like vocals, some like the middle frequencies a lot. So yeah, so these are the three kind of headphones that I will categorize a lot of these headphones into. One are monitor grade of headphones, one are general headphones. These are also good for calls and all. And the third kind will be an audiophile grade of headphones, which will exaggerate some part of the music, be it vocals or mids or the bass. So yeah. So next thing that I would explain about the sound quality is something called imaging. So imaging is basically the ability of the earphone or the headphone to enable you to differentiate between different frequencies of the music. For example, we have a flute and a female voice playing in the music. So the better the earphone or a headphone is, the easier it is for you to differentiate and focus on something that you wish to. It can be the flute or the female voice. So now in the case of these earphones and headphones, let's say once you put these earphones on, they immediately transfer you to an imaginary room in which you have n numbers of speakers kept in front of you, and all these speakers are playing different frequencies of the music, and all of these speakers, they are at different volumes, and the different by different volume, what I mean is, uh, now you might know, or let me be the one to tell you, that the human ear can perceive different frequencies at different volumes. So for example, the volume at which we can perceive the flute might not be the same volume at which we can perceive the female voice. So each of these speakers is playing a different frequency, and they are in accordance to the volume at which they can be perceived. So now I'd say the better an earphone is, the more number of speakers you have. So you can say if there are 10 instruments or nuances in the music, you have 10 speakers. So each speaker can be assigned a certain frequency and a certain volume, and then we can focus on any one of the frequency or the nuance that we wish. And the worse a headphone or earphone is, the lesser number of speakers we have in front of them. For example, there are, like I said, there are 10 frequencies in the music, and we only have 5 speakers. So each speaker has to play 2 different kind of frequencies. So it will be a little difficult for you to differentiate between the 2 frequencies that are playing in the same speaker. So yeah, so basically the better the earphone is, the easier it will be for you to differentiate between these frequencies that are playing in the music. Another thing that another term that is used a lot in the terms of in the case of headphones and earphones is the sound stage. Now a sound stage is something which I can explain in terms of how far is the speaker kept from you. The further the speaker is kept from you, the more distant it will feel, so as to where the sound is coming from. So in case of earphones, usually you will feel that the speaker is kept right next to your ear. In case of headphones, it feels a little wider, and of course in the case of speakers, it is further from you, so you will feel that it is further. So in case of a good or a wider sound stage, the sound will be, as you will feel that the sound is coming from a distant space, and in terms of lesser wide sound stage, you will feel that the speakers are kept right next to your ear. So the last thing that I will talk about in my reviews will be something called I don't know what it is called, but it will be the how the earphone can reproduce the instrument or the nuance. So for example, a guitar, when you are listening to a guitar in real life, it emits a certain frequency, a certain vibration that you can feel either in your ears or, I don't know, in your body. You do feel a certain kind of vibration, right? So the better an earphone is, the more capable it is in reproducing the same frequency, at least to your ears. So now for example, I would say that for example, I have these earphones for Boat, from Boat. Now these are not very these are not popular for the sound quality, but now if I compare this to something, now I also have a Yamaha earphone. So if I compare these both, the Yamaha does a really good job at reproducing the instrument in at least to my ears. The frequency, the the vibration that it emits into my ears, it feels like the guitar is actually playing in front of me. So yeah, the better a earphone is, the easier it is, or the more capable it is in reproducing the same vibration or frequency to your ears. Now, you might have noticed how I did not say that you have actual instruments kept in front of you in the room, and I said that speakers are kept in front of you in the room, and they are at different frequencies. Now, I said that because uh, no earphones can actually represent the same feeling, or actually make you feel the same kind of way that you feel when instruments are playing actually in front of you. So any earphone in the world, what they do is they try to replicate the same frequency or the same feeling that you have when instruments are playing in front of you, because more than the sound, there are also, I feel, there are some kind of vibrations that are emitted from different instruments. Now, an earphone cannot make you feel the same way. So if ever an earphone or a headphone makes you feel that actual instruments are playing in front of you, that will like be the best headphone in the world. And if you feel any earphone or headphone makes you feel that way, I think for you that will be the best headphone. And I'm saying this because everyone's ears are different, and you will never know how one set of earphones are sounding in other people's ears. So, taking the example of speakers kept in front of you is a much easier way to explain it to you, because in some cases it might actually feel that a certain instrument is playing really in front of you, but that can only be in the case of a certain earphone. No earphone will actually make you feel that all the instruments are playing in front of you. So yeah, those are the things that I will talk about in my reviews, and I hope this will put some sense of what I feel about the earphone. Now, I do not want to confuse you with the numbers and frequencies and resistance of all these earphones. That's why I came up with something of my own. So yeah, next I will be reviewing this Yamaha earphone that I talked about. So I also saw that we have very few reviews of it. So, and this is also at a very good discount at this time. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you in the next one.